and tune out what is the relentless reality for our black brothers and sisters just because we are slightly uncomfortable. We need to do more. We need to invest in, to amplify and to support every single black life.
I feel like we are more active when we see social injustice, as you said. Like, I feel like the older generations, they'd see stuff on the news or on social media, and they just kind of be like, okay, that was quite bad. But we like to become united and like to actually stand up and say, hey, like, that's not right, and actually kind of push for that change in social injustice.
I feel like we need to start realizing that certain things that previous generations have done don't work. You know, we always talk about, oh, you need to work your way into the system. We've seen for a lot of people, as soon as they get into the system, they kind of forget who they're meant to be helping and they start to help themselves. So we need to look at another route and another way of kind of dismantling the system and making sure that it's beneficial for all.
I'm just going to continue making people that are racist or ignorant or have racial bias that they're ignorant of uncomfortable.
Make people uncomfortable or change the world.
Me personally.
I feel like as white people it's just very important that we uplift the voices of black people in this movement and just like hold our friends and our family accountable, and if we ever go into like a corporate workplace, make sure that we're like holding our bosses to account and stuff as well.
I mean, for me, I haven't learned anything about racism in school other than like the odd year in Black History Month, which also I think is slightly offensive because it separates.
Like only 1 month of the year.
Yeah, and it basically says that Black history is different from our history, which is basically like disowning the identity of so many like black British people.
And even in Black History Month, they would only do like a few assemblies, and it would just be like, oh, okay, it's Black History Month, go to the library and get a book. There was never an in-depth like teaching about black history and what black people are going through and have been through. It's never been like that.
It's always just about what everyone thinks about first, but we weren't taught about systematic racism, how if I was as a person, a black woman and a Muslim at the same time going into a workplace, that I would face some type of racial profiling, anything like that. I wasn't taught about that. That's just I had to face it for myself at like a very young age. I was unaware of that type of stuff. I thought we all had like equal things, but the reality is that we didn't, and our schools never prepared us for that.
Subscribe for more content and visit The Mix for free online, peer-to-peer counselling and helpline support in anything and everything you want to talk about.